So this bear attack, like many bear attacks that I cover on this channel, didn't make the big media. All right, didn't make the big news. It almost pisses me off that they cover up the magnitude of these situations. Now, it made the local newspaper, but beyond that, we're crickets. I don't blame them for doing it. They like animals, so do I. They like bears, so do I. But that doesn't take away from the moral obligation, I think, that these entities have to at least share with us the truth, the facts. But nonetheless, Morgan was a beautiful young woman inside and out. Didn't go to college, but she worked for a delivery service. Her and her mother feuded off and on throughout their lives. Morgan had, I think it was bipolar disorder. I don't know if she's ever fully diagnosed, but according to my assessment and research on this bear attack, things kind of line up. But Morgan's mother and her went out on a hike in Florida. They would often venture out when they'd be on good terms with each other anyway. Just sort of walk the Everglades, fish for barracuda off the ocean shore and so forth. But this one took place deep within the middle of the damn state. Forestry, much like the one you see around me now. Black bears are common in Florida. In fact, I saw a news article today even going on about how perhaps, it was a small outlet of course, but they're going on about legislation to maybe open up bear hunting a bit more than what it is right now, make it a bit more accessible, because the bears are becoming a bit of a problem. Now this one had long, yellow, bacteria-ridden claws, big, sharp fangs. It was a black bear. And those of you who follow this channel know that black bears are opportunistic creatures. Rummage through the garbage. Sometimes that garbage is a human carcass that they themselves inflicted death upon. So Morgan and her mommy were walking by a little river, just like what you see here. I'll show you in just a minute. They were feuding on the way, something about work and money. I know Morgan still lived with her mom at the time of this heinous bear attack. Morgan was about 28 years of age when this creature ravaged her mother, and worse. So her mom had to take a little potty break. So she veered off the trail, knelt down in this little creek. One just like this anyway. About a foot of water right there in the middle. She knelt down and sat upon a rock, similar to what you see right there. See a little rock out there? Her mom squatted on that rock just to take a piss. Keep hearing things out here. I am in Michigan right now. Common bear country. But I do have some pepper spray. For whatever that's worth. But as many of you guys know, I'm a big guy. 6'4". All right. Can maybe hold my own. 6'4" and 230 pounds or something. I don't even know. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I was more than that before, but I lost some weight. Lost a little bit of muscle to be a bit more fit, basically, is what I did. But still, bear could probably kick my ass. Unless the creator was there to help me out. If there is such a thing, but It's gotta be. But nonetheless, Mommy was taking a piss. Morgan was upset with Mommy. She was pissed at Mommy. All right? Pun intended. And she started walking back down the trail toward their car. That's when something came scurrying out of the damn woods. The weeds would bend as this bear started emerging from the forest, this hulking black bear. And of course it spots Mommy taking a piss by that rock. The bear wanted to come get a drink, so it goes down through these weeds and spots the woman sitting there in panic on the rock. All right? The woman was terrified. She yelled, "Morgan!" To no answer. The mommy pulled up her nylon shorts and ran across the river to the other side and started running down that ravine and then crossed over here in the deeper spot. She started swimming across and got up on the land here, and that's when the bear charged her. She was running from it. A lot of you guys who follow my channel know not to do that. Don't run from the damn bears. All right, especially a black bear. These opportunistic creatures. The prey instinct kicked in. She was running down the trail. And that's when the bear tackled her from behind. Started ravaging her body, mauling her, thrashing her around some, like a pit bull against a kitten. Left, right, up, down, slamming her into the ground like a wrestler. Her bones would crunch. Lady had a little bit of heft to her. She was about 48 years old when this attack occurred. A little bit of heft to her. I think she was about 140 pounds or so. About 5'8". Bear slammed her body against the ground several times, slammed her little skull against the rocks beneath her. And it drug her into the thicket. That's when Morgan came running. And of course, she spotted the horror of this scene. So Morgan grabbed a stick, wasn't a very big stick, and she started swinging it. You guys ever had dogs before? You know, if you swing a stick, it makes a little hissing noise, a little zips through the wind. Sometimes it freaks out a dog if you do that, if you're about to throw it for it or something, and you just hit it through the wind a couple times, the damn dog barks at you. Well, apparently the bear acted similarly. It saw her swinging that stick, hissing it through the wind when she was running after it, and that's when the bear charged Morgan. Wrapped its jaws around her skinny little arm and clamped down. It snapped her ulna. All right? Right before the shoulder. Now, it didn't rip the damn arm off, but it snapped it. Morgan screamed bloody hell. The mother lay desolate, about 15 yards off the trail into the thicket. A little clearing that the bear had, as if it planned to take her there and take advantage of her body in that spot. Morgan fell to the ground, screaming in terror, and covered her face with her elbows and arms. The bear huffed and puffed, turned, and went back to the mother, grabbed the mother by her ankle, and started dragging her deep into the woods. That might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. It went so damn deep into the woods, Morgan had no idea how she was going to get to it. She saw the face of this bear with its jaws wrapped around her mother's ankle, just dragging it through the woods, dragging that woman through the woods. Morgan was horrified. Now you tell me if this was a good idea or not, because I just don't know. I'm not really the one to judge the morality of the situation. I'll let you guys do that. Morgan grabbed another stick and started walking through the thicket, and she could just hear the sounds growing more and more faint. The screams of her mother, her body being dragged through the thicket, the snarls of the bear. And she got about 20 feet out, up to the edge of where it got really thick. Thorns and thistles and everything. Morgan ended up dropping her stick, looking at her arm, just seeing the ravaged wound the bear emitted. And Morgan made the decision to abandon her mother. Morgan ran as fast as she could back to her car, which was about a half mile down the trail. Grabbed her cell phone, called the Popo. Took about 40 minutes for them to arrange a little search group. It was getting dark at this time. Morgan joins them. They told her to stay back, but she was so damn frantic, they let her come with. They probably could have restrained her because it was a damn crime scene. But nonetheless, she followed the cops, and they scoured the damn woods. They couldn't get back to where the bear was. So they had to call this DNR or whatever the hell it's called, the city folk who do deal with the forest and all that. They started cutting through it, looking for this frickin' massacre of the scene. Strangely enough, they found this bear over a steaming body. Bear shat on it. Mark its kill. Bacterium. And steam and ooze and slime and blood pooling beneath her dead carcass. Steam coming up from the bear's mouth as they looked on at this horror deep within the woods. The bear just looked at them. Steam coming up from the mouth. That's when the Rangers took a couple shots at it. It collapsed over Morgan's mother's carcass, crushing her body even more. They ended up pulling the bear away, seeing that her carcass was already half buried. The little upper body sticking out, with her pale white face exposed, her breast exposed. The bear ate some of it. Also ate some of her shoulder and her thigh. Thing was being possessive. I don't know if it really liked the taste of her, otherwise it probably would have eaten more. They say that they don't always like the taste of humans, but like I said, black bears, they almost don't give a damn. They'll take what they can get. Morgan gets to live with that for the rest of her life. I don't know. She took off running. Would you have done the same? Like I said, her and her mom weren't always on good terms anyway. Is that really someone that you would sacrifice your life for? I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. But let me know. Does it matter? Say you were at odds with a family member most of your life, and you were in a situation like that. Would you run after her, put your life at risk, or would you just get the hell out of there? Let me know in the comments below, and like this video if you will. Become a patron if you want to support the videos, and I'll see you tomorrow with more chilling tales from the Iceman.